Hi doctors, welcome back. Tonight we're going to cover exactly what comes with our curriculum. I want to show you what's in each volume of our 6-volume program, and we're going to start with volume 1 here. Volume 1 is all the supporting documents and licensing. So if you look through here, I know you won't be able to see it probably from where you're sitting. In the table of contents, we have the Quick Start checklist, which shows you exactly what to do from the day that you actually get the box in the mail. We have the program information, course of study, and class listings. Keep on going, and you have the annual projected profit and loss worksheet. We have a catalog that you take exactly as is, put your name, the name of the school in it, and your telephone number, and you get the catalog as is. You get the licensing state approval agencies with contact information, so you will know exactly how to contact each governing board in your particular state. You will have an enrollment agreement in here, an externship agreement, so your students will be able to go out into the community with this letter and get externship hours at other dental offices in your community. Also a transcript, the certificate of completion, the test grade log form, the lab test log form, the quiz grade lab form, and the master student registration list. Also, there's a weekly schedule and lesson plan. And there's also a Saturday schedule and lesson plan if you choose to have classes on Saturdays instead. And that's all included in all of these pages right here in Volume 1. Okay, Volume 2, Instructors' Lectures. Okay, so whether or not it's you, doctor, that's going to be giving the lectures, or one of your dental assistants, this is their Bible here, okay? So if you flip this over, you'll be able to see that there are underlined terms and bolded terms, okay? So when you're giving your lecture, for instance, this one says, what makes dentistry different from other professions? And then it goes on, and then the portion that they need to fill in is acute emergencies to cosmetic procedures. Those terms need to be filled in by the student. They will have the same lecture notes, but they will have blanks in areas that we want them to fill in. Okay? So this keeps them engaged without having to write, copious notes. They're looking forward to the next blank so they can fill it in and keep their notes complete. So that's what our lecture notes look like. The students have the same exact version with the blanks where we have bolded and underlined terms. Okay? And if you flip through, you can see that there are many visual aids to help the students get their point across. I'm sorry, the instructors get their point across during the lectures. So this here is Volume 2, and it's the instructor's lecture notes. Next, this is the student lecture notes. Now, like I said, this is an exact mirror copy of the instructor's lecture notes, but rather, instead of having the bolded and underlined sections, they have blanks that they have to fill in. You can see here that there's blanks that they need to fill in. If they're paying attention during the lecture, they'll easily be able to keep up and fill those blanks in. Okay, Volume 4, that's the lab sessions. So if we look at the table of contents in the lab sessions here, the lab sessions start from basic to, obviously, very basic to much more in depth. So we start with the dental chair and infection control with visual aids, maintaining the operating field with visual aids, infection control, treatment preparation and cleanup, radiographic basics, the x-ray procedure. Then we go on to lab session number 5, dental charting. We have a sample chart, patient 1 charts, patient 2 charts. We teach them how to longhand write in the dental chart, the old-fashioned way. Lab session number 6, we have alginate impressions, laboratory materials and techniques. Lab session number 7, restorative materials and techniques. Then we go on to pedodontic procedures, removable prosthodontics, complete dentures, partial dentures, fixed prosthodontics, crown and bridge. We have endodontic instruction, instruments, and procedures. Techniques in administering anesthesia, placing sealants and home bleaching, periodontal treatment, coronal polishing, preventative dentistry, and oral hygiene. And then finally we wrap up with oral surgical procedures. And then we have a CPR training module where we show you how to hire somebody from the outside and conduct CPR training for any of the girls or students that need it in your classes. All right. Next up, we have the tests and quizzes volume. That's volume number 5. Now this is your master copy. Quizzes 1 through 10. And their keys. Lab tests 1 through 15. And the lab test keys. And then we have written exams, number 1 through 10, and the test keys. We have a final examination and the final examination keys. Also, what's in here is a little bit about practical exams. We show you, we give you some tips on how to run an effective practical exam so that they don't have to take an entire radiographic series on each other. We'll have them pick 1 or 2 numbers out of a hat, and that's the particular picture or x-ray that they have to take. And we'll also have a skull, and they have to pick out corresponding pieces of paper out of a hat, and then they have to identify the name of the bone on that little piece of paper on the skull. Works really well. Okay. And volume 6 is the A to Z marketing guide that we went over in the previous video with you guys. And you'll see if you flip through this, we have every piece of marketing that you will need. In addition, we do give you a website that will capture the prospect's information if they enter it into the information page. That will get automatically sent to your autoresponder. And once that data is captured by your website and sent to the autoresponder, they'll start to go through the marketing sequence. We have sample full-page ads. We have sample 30-second radio ads. We have a sales letter. We have the email sequence. Everything you need is completely done for you in the A to Z marketing manual. Okay? So that's a breakdown roughly of what you get. But what's not shown here is the customer service that you also get and the help that we give you in obtaining your state license. Now we have to collect the information from you, but we help you to assemble that packet that will be submitted to the state board for approval. Okay? So that's about it, and we'll see you at the next video. Thanks very much.